Yo-ho! So I decided to get involved. The past couple of days I've been watching everyone's discussion videos and wondering if I should get involved or not. Should I just let it go or whatever? But it's me. Obviously I've got something to say about it and I need to stick my 2 cents in. So you better grab yourself a drink because we're going to be covering a lot of ground today and doing it as quick as possible, hopefully. I'm losing light, hence why I'm sitting further back. So let's get on with it. I think I want to start with the word drama because it has been the most overused word the past 5 or 6 days, and I would die happily if I never had to see it or hear it ever again. I feel when the word drama is applied to a discussion, it is devaluing the discussion. It's basically saying you're making a mountain out of a molehill. It's dismissing the discussion. It's basically saying it doesn't matter. If you have a critical opinion on something, you can't have it, or at least you shouldn't talk about it because you make other people feel uncomfortable. And I don't understand that. If this is supposed to be such a warm, welcoming community, why are some people living in fear of their opinions, of putting out their true opinions on something? That's not right. It shouldn't be like that. It's like, yeah, you can do your book hauls, you can do your TBRs, but heaven forbid you do a negative review on a super popular book. I've never put up a really critical opinion on a book because I haven't actually read anything that I thought was pure drivel that I actually really needed to talk about. But other people have said, when they put up their videos, other people actually agree with them. They do get the dislikes or some comments of being like, I think, when you put forward your opinion, you're going to get people who agree with you. It's like 50-50, it's going to happen. However, when it comes to negativity from these videos, I personally feel from watching, I've pretty much watched everyone's video. I mean, they are popping up, they keep popping up every day, a new batch, and but I'm pretty sure I've watched the majority of them. Let's go with that. I've watched the majority of them, and not one of them has come across as attacking or offensive or negative. That's another big word people are using, negative. There's a lot of negativity going around, and the only place that I can actually see negativity is in the comments. Is when I watched Amanda's video last Friday, was it? So I started, looking down the comments or whatever, because I generally do that because I'm a bit of a creep. I started seeing people saying, oh, you're just jealous. Oh, another booktuber who's jealous of the more successful booktubers. They're just upset they don't have as many subscribers and all this sort of shit. And first and foremost, I think a lot of the people who are saying these opinions are stemming from jealousy are wrong. I don't think they're actually paying attention to what is being said. I don't think they're actually really the part. There's talk about the sub-communities in the actual community, which there is like the YA side and then there's the everyone else side, and I'm from the everyone else side, so I think it's a lot of kind of like YA people coming over to defend the booktubers they love or something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of defensive people basically going around, and that's one thing I do want to talk about really, really quickly. I've seen on some videos, like I uploaded a video in January, which would have been one of the first that would have been labeled negative, even though it wasn't. There was actually so much positivity in that video, and I was really pissed off that people misunderstood it and basically dismissed all the positive things that I said about like how exciting it was that the community is growing and there's new people coming in and it's more diverse and from all over the world. It's fucking great. All that was dismissed, and what was focused on was that I said something about like big booktubers who don't do reviews not really being booktubers or something like that. I think what I meant was, by saying that, was I just found it weird because I would have thought reviews would have been the really prominent thing in this community, and they're not. And I just found it really bizarre that there's some people who have never just done a review at all. And I just think that's weird. That's my personal opinion. That's not an attack on anyone. But I also think that what I also meant was that you're not living up to your full potential if you're just doing like hauls and TBRs and stuff. Now I'm jumping all over the place here, but it also depends on, like, again, what side of the community you're from, what your demographics are. My demographics are generally the 25 and overs. My least popular demographic is the 13 to 17 year olds. It's so few, and I think other people in the YA side, it's prominently the 13 to 17 year olds. So 13 to 17 year olds would be more content with watching hauls and things like that. Nothing wrong with that. When I was younger, I definitely liked watching lots of like hauls and the beauty side of things. However, now I don't. I want more content, and with people who view my videos, they want more content too, because they're more older, you know, they're older, and hauls just aren't enough. And I personally don't really like hauls anymore. I find hauls and TBR videos extremely lazy, and I can say that as someone who does them. They're really easy videos. They're super lazy. You don't even have to think about them. You can just hold up a book, say the title, that's it. You know, you do it a couple of times and you get tons of views. And that's not a negative thing to say when it comes to, I'm not criticizing anyone who does lots of things. You know, do whatever the hell you want with your channel. At the end of the day, I really couldn't give a shit. All I care about is my own channel. I don't really care what anyone else is doing. But I don't like it when people misinterpret the things I say and they twist it and they get aggressive and defensive and leave ignorant comments on my video, because I started noticing on Friday that I would start the why I don't like YA video and the video Booktube issues that I made started flaring up in views again, and I was getting comments in, and I was just kind of like, oh, why, you know, why is this happening yet again for the third time this year? Anyway, but what I want to say is to other content creators or to other YouTubers, to other Booktubers, if you see someone in the comments bashing someone else, like bashing another booktuber or YouTuber or whatever, criticizing how they make videos, or you know, how they carry themselves in their videos, or attacking other commenters, and you don't call them out on it, you're encouraging negative behavior. And I feel that's a hell of a lot. That's where the majority of this negativity is coming from. It's coming from comments. It's coming from people who aren't listening to these videos, who are coming from a totally different side, a totally different perspective, and that's not on. Like, I've seen people, I called them out on it. When I uploaded my Booktube issues video, I didn't want it to turn into some sort of bitch fest, and it didn't. It turned into a really, really good discussion. However, there was a few people who did bash, they didn't name names or anything, but generally bashing how other YouTubers, how other booktubers conducted themselves in their videos and how they carried out their videos. And I was like, listen, here, don't say that, don't do that. You know, if you're going to comment here, be nice. And you know, most of the time, actually all of the people who I called out apologized. You know, they were like, oh, I was sorry, I was a bit, you know, over my head, and you know, I'm sorry about that. Right, I'm back to my normal spot because the sun set and lighting got very weird. As content creators, as video makers and stuff, we're kind of put into this kind of little god position where we can see all the comments coming in and we can see people interact with each other and things like that. So I think you should monitor it. And if you see someone, even if it's the slightest bit of negativity of like calling other people who don't agree with so and so, like being like, you know, they're fucking idiots, they're losers, or you know, whatever kind of term, even like little things like that, like little bits of name calling, just say, listen, don't say that, because we do want to maintain like that this is like a really nice community and things like that. But like, I feel that it's that specific part, that fearing a backlash, that's where it comes from. Like, should I post this review that is quite negative? Where your backlash is going to come from is going to be in the comments. And I don't understand why other people pat these people on the backs basically and saying thanks for subscribing or thanks for agreeing and stuff, and not calling them on their negativity, you know, because this is where it's stemming from, I personally believe. Because then they kind of turn into your minions, and then they, whenever someone posts a video of like one of these kind of, you know, the videos from the past couple of days of kind of more maybe sensitive nature for people to get in a huffy about, they go after certain people if they don't like agree or they have a different opinion, and it's ridiculous. It's so childish. Right, next point, Amazon wishlists. I have been bombarded since about February to do a shoot in the shit on Amazon wishlists, because I think people understood that I didn't like them, and they wanted my opinion on them, and I received tons of, like, it has to be my most highly requested video of this year, and luckily now I don't have to. However, I do have some stuff to say. When Amazon wishlists first started going up, I noticed it on a haul I think I was watching, or maybe it was a review. I think it might have been a review. It doesn't matter. It was the first link in the set of links, like you could see it in the video description, and also I believe the person pimped it in their video, being like, you know, I'm putting my Amazon wish list in here, you know, you can buy me a book if you want to, but you don't have to. Saying that right there is a nudge, being like, you don't have to buy me a book. That's a nudge to buy you a book, so I don't understand that, first of all. And then it just spread. It spread like venereal disease, and made me extremely uncomfortable. To be perfectly honest, my feelings, first of all, were anger, and then pure embarrassment. I was so embarrassed that people were doing this. I was ashamed that people were doing this. And I'm glad it's starting to be done away with, even if it's not being done away with for the right reasons. But yeah, I have an Amazon wish list, but it's totally private. It's got things on there that, you know, that I've wanted for a while. I mainly use it to just keep an eye on the fluctuating prices of things. I don't really feel the need to put it up for people to see, because, you know, our generation is known for being extremely narcissistic and entitled, and I feel that this whole situation just perpetuated that whole image. And that made me feel embarrassed. I think at the time, you know, like I said, I was really angry, and then I calmed down after a few days. It was like, at first I was like, what? And then I calmed down, because I personally associate Amazon wishlist with something completely different. So if you have a Tumblr, I advise you to go onto it now. In the search bar, put in Amazon wishlist, click it, and just look what comes up. That's what I associate Amazon wishlist with, and that I think it's hilarious that people associated themselves with that. Books and dildos for everyone. So I found it funny. However, my main thing is that I found most kind of shocking. I'm going to repeat the comment that I left on Astrid's video, and I absolutely have my respect so high, so much for her, for putting out her video on Amazon wishlist and why she got rid of it. And you know, because a lot of people haven't done that. A lot of people have used the scapegoat rather than admitting that they were kind of wrong. When it comes to Amazon wishlist, back in February there was a lot of discussion on PO boxes versus Amazon wishlist, and people were saying, well, I don't feel comfortable with PO boxes because people can see what town I'm actually from. To which I say, you did not do your research, or then you just didn't care. Because with the Amazon wishlist, you can see what town you're from when you're sending a person a book. You can see their full name, you can see the town, you know, the country, whatever. And if you buy someone a book from a seller on Amazon, you can see their full address. You can see their house number, street name, everything. And also with it, there's also loopholes. Say if you buy a book through Amazon itself to send to someone, and if there is a problem with that book, like delivery wise, say it takes an extra week or two to get to the person, they'll inform you of being like, oh, there's a problem with your order to this address. You can see the full address. So I don't understand why no one did their research, because it is so dangerous. And hopefully nothing bad will come to any of these people from doing this. Hopefully there was no unsavory type of people, because I think we've all, as YouTubers or whatever, we've all encountered at least one really bad apple we just don't want watching our videos, and who've been very kind of weird. I find the whole thing mind-blowing, and I'm not saying everyone who put up wish lists like that. I think people saw that other people were doing it and they just joined in, because I think trends, people just fall into these things, which is also a bit weird to me. If you have a wish list, be aware of that your full address can be seen at certain points. Be careful, all the sorts of things. Like, I'm happy that the wish lists are going away, but I'm sad with the reasoning why, because I thought it was like people just realize that they're coming across extremely entitled. Because as a booktuber, I mean as a YouTuber or whatever, yeah, booktuber, let's go with that, you know, you earn money off every view you get, you know, so you're already earning money off your subscribers. You also get commission from your various affiliate links when they use your links, and you also get free books from publishers, and then on top of that you want your viewers to gift you books. I just didn't understand it. It just made me feel so embarrassed to be associated with that. Like, oh, it's so cringy. And now it turns out that it might have actually been damage control. It wasn't a realization of like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I think 100% that it's damage control of like, uh-oh. But I don't want to start. I don't want to be like labeled like a shit stirrer again. It's not really fun. Well, it's a little fun. So I'm happy, but I'm also kind of annoyed. Those were my reasonings for never putting up a wish list. It was never even the thought of like, oh, should I put up a wish list? It was 100% always no. Because like, I don't like people knowing what kind of books I'm going to buy next, because I like to keep these things a secret. And also I've got some weird stuff on my wish list. Nothing like weird. Well, Okay, you caught me, it's nothing but books and dildos, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, that's the other thing I actually just want to briefly touch on. I feel people need to stop apologizing for their opinions. I put this up on Twitter the other day, but like no one follows me on there, so I don't think anyone really saw. Have some kind of pride and, you know, stand by your opinions, you know what I mean? Like, don't apologize for things. People were always apologizing for, sorry I'm wearing the same outfit I was wearing the last video, sorry the lighting's off, sorry if, you know, my makeup is funny, or my hair looks weird, or if I have a cough, or don't apologize for things like this. These things don't matter. I don't think anyone actually notices these things. We need to stop apologizing for things. We need to stop apologizing for opinions. We need to be confident in ourselves and make good content. That will lead to good content creation. You can't be always second guessing yourself or being scared of people leaving nasty comments and things like that, because they are few and far between. And if anyone leaves you a really nasty comment, fucking let me know and I'll rip them a new arsehole. And also, I think the other great thing that has stemmed from these discussion videos is that I found so many fucking new people that I didn't even know existed, and I'm going to go on a subscribing spree tonight. I've marked off like the videos and like my history of like the people who I'm into and stuff. I found a few Irish girls, and that's always good because there's so few of us, and you know, it's good. Discussion is always good. It should never be looked at as a bad thing. Stop looking at it as a bad thing. We're all gonna change for the better for this conversation, and it's gonna be fabulous and awesome and all the things. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too rambly or whatever, but I don't really give a shit if it was. Like, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.